Hello, CP Finite Mathematics, and welcome to the second part of our Chapter 6 review. This is Lesson 6.4 to 6.5. Starting out these ones, of course, graphing calculators will be helpful. You can also use anything you found online that will be helpful. With factorials, it needs to have NPR and NCR. So factorials, NPR, NCR. Let's remember how to simplify factorials. So for number one, just recall that, so if you try this right in your calculator, chances are you're going to get overload error. So if we go 73 and we divide by 70 factorial, most likely you're going to get an overflow. That's not the answer. Overflow is not the option. You have to remember that this is 73 times 72 times 71 times 70 factorial divided by 70 factorial. So you do need to write it out and then cancel out the 70 factorials. So really in this case you are smarter than your calculator. So the answer is 73 times 72 times 71, which is 373. 176. Okay, so be expecting something like that. For number two, 10 factorial over 5 minus 3 quantity factorial. That's same as 10 factorial all over 5 minus 3 2 factorial. You can try this one in your calculator, but know that it's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So really those cancel. 10 times 9 times 8 and so forth. Comes out to be 181,440. 1,814,400. That's all it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So be aware how to do those. Last two factorial types. Recall 0 factorial is 1. Okay, that is just a little trick question. And 4 factorial times 7 factorial. No, it is not 28 factorial. That's not it. You have to do 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 7 times 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That one you can certainly try in your calculator. Just make sure that you have them separate. Okay, so it's just 120, 960. Okay, so that there. What will be more challenging is permutations, and combinations. Remember that if it's permutations, order matters, and combinations does not matter. Okay, so you're going to need to decide that for the following questions. Radio station awards $100 to 4 callers, no matter how they call in. So that little hint tells you it's going to be NCR. If they allow a total of 15 calls, how many ways can the money be given? So that's just going to be 15 C4. 15 math over to PRB 3 and 1365. Okay, so expect that the other option would be permutation. There are different answers. Swimming event has 15 competitors. First place gets 5 points, second place 4, and so forth down to first. How many ways can the race result? So there are 15 competitors. Order matters this time because they're getting different point values, and 5 competitors are picked, so 15 this time NPR, and 5 360, 360. And that's your answer for that one. Manager a Giant insists that the placement of cereal boxes is important. Placement important. That's NPR. Okay. There are 12 boxes, only 4 fit on a shelf, so 12 P4, 12 math PRB for 11,880 ways those could be arranged. And collection of 30 Pokemon cards consists of 10 water types. 6 cards are drawn at random. How many ways can 4 water types and 2 other cards be selected? So here is a case where you just need to think a little bit more. 30 Pokemon cards, 10 are water types. That means 20 are other cards. Other, T-H-E-R, and that means that 10 are water. So if you're drawing 6 cards, okay, how many ways can 4 water types be picked? Well, there are 10 water, and I'm choosing 4. And then there are 20 other, and I'm choosing 2. So you need to recognize there's 2 different parts there to that hand. 10C4 times 20C2 is 39900. Okay, so that's not an at least at most question. It's similar, but it's kind of building up for, hey, those 2, 9 and 10 here. So an animal shelter has 10 dogs and 16 cats up for adoption. Each weekend, 4 animals are randomly selected to be showcased at the pet store. Okay. For a selection of 4, how many ways can at least 3 dogs be selected to be showcased? So selection of 4, at least, means we're going to need to add different scenarios. So let's think of scenario 1. Okay, at least 3 dogs. That means 3 dogs and 1 cat. The next scenario would be all 4 dogs and no kitties, sadly. To select 3 dogs, there are 10 of them, and I'm picking 3, so 10C3. And to get 1 cat, speak of cats, mine has just joined me, there are 16, and I'm picking 1. So you need to represent that as to how you can select scenario 1. Then you add that to how you select scenario 2. That time 10C4 times 16, choose 0. And remember again, adding the separate scenarios, multiplying within them. So you can do this in one step in your calculator. 10C3 times 16C1. And add that. Make sure you have the parentheses. 10C4 times 16C0. Really, that's just going to be 1, but I'll just still type it in there. 2130. So 2130 ways. The last question here, for a selection of 4, how many ways can at most 2 cats be selected? At most means I'm going to have different scenarios. So scenario 1 is at most 2 cats, so that means 2 cats and 2 dogs. The next scenario, scenario 2, would be 1 cat and 3 dogs, and the final scenario would be scenario 3, and that's 0 cats and 4 dogs. So 3 scenarios here, that's the most that I would expect of you. Just remember how you're arranging each one within. 2 cats of 16. There are 16, choose 2, times 10, choose 2. Plus, this time, 1 cat's being selected, 16, choose 1, times 10, choose 3. And lastly, no cats are being selected, 16, choose 0, times 10, choose 4. When you have all those set up, type in your calculator. Last little thing, so after you simplify that, all of the at most and at least, they're all going to be combinations. Okay, so don't worry so much about permutations. It is possible for me to set up a question like that, but I will not for the sake of time and for you guys. So I'm just going to finish out this one here. Again, expect a little mini quiz similar to those types of problems. And that is about it. So if you want to stop here, I'll just find the final answer. 1, 10, 3, plus 16. C0 times 10. Choose 4. And 7530. Alright guys, thanks for reviewing those. Hopefully you did okay. Let me know if you have any questions.